Ago, I was a bridesmaid, and I will never forget this wedding. Yes, it was very beautiful, but more importantly, I survived the slick marble floors that are all over this building. Marble floors are public enemy #1 to a stiletto-loving girl like me. See, when most people learn to walk in high heels, and I had 5-inch heels on that night, they bend their ankles so the ball of the foot touches the ground, so you have more stability. I don't have ankles, which means I hit each step on the stiletto, which makes the possibility of the banana peel wipeout very likely. But given the choice between practicality and theatricality, I say, go big or go home. And go down in flames if you're going to go. When we label a person as disabled, we devalue their capabilities. However, with the advances in technology, many of those who are considered disabled are now able to function the same way as any other person. As Amy Mullins explains, it is society that disables an individual by not investing enough creativity to allow for someone to show us that quality that makes them rare, valuable, and capable. A Work in Progress by Amy Mullins. See, I'm a bit of a daredevil. I think the nurses at DuPont Institute would agree. Doctors amputated both of my legs below the knee when I was an infant. When I was 5, I had this surgery to correct the wonky direction which my tibia was growing. So I had 2 metal pins to hold that, full plaster casts on both legs, and I had to use a wheelchair because, well, I couldn't wear prosthetics. But I had these wooden legs with the rubber foam feet, which the toes had broken off of, which was held on by this huge rusty bolt, which had rusted out because I swam in the wooden legs. So there you are in the middle of 2nd grade music class doing the twist, and all of a sudden I hear this noise. And my legs lying in splinters on the floor, my teachers fainted on the piano, all the kids are screaming, and all I can think of do is, my parents are going to kill me. I broke my leg. Then a few years later, my prosthetist tells me, Amy, we got these waterproof legs for you. And I was so excited until I saw them. They were made of polypropylene, which is that white plastic milk jug material. And when I say white, I'm not talking about the skin color. I'm talking about the color white. The skin color was the rubber foam foot painted Caucasian, which is the nastiest shade of a nuclear peach you've ever seen. And these legs were so good at being waterproof, they were buoyant. So when I would go off the high dive, I'd go down and come straight back up. Feet first. At the Jersey Shore, there are like 300 yards of towels between me and the sea. And I know this is where I first honed my ability to run really fast. I was the white Flash. And I was a pretty good swimmer, but no amount of swimming technique can control buoyant legs. So at some point I get caught up in this rip current, and all I can think of to do is pop up both of these legs, put one under each armpit with the peach feet sticking up and think, someone's gotta find me. And the lifeguard did. And I'm sure he could collect for those therapy bills. They saved my life, those legs. And then when I was 14, it was Easter Sunday, and I was going to be wearing this dress that I bought with my own money. I went to the Limited, and I bought this dress that I thought was the height of sophistication. So my dad's going to take us to church and takes one look at me and says, doesn't look right. What? What are you talking about? This is the best thing I own. No. You can see the knee joint when you walk. Doesn't look right. Go change. And I think something snapped in me. I refuse to change. first time I defied my father. But I refused to be embarrassed about something so that other people could feel more comfortable. And I was grounded for that defiance. So my extended family convenes at my grandmother's house after church, and everybody's telling me how nice I look in this dress, and I'm like, really? You think I look nice? Because my parents think I look inappropriate. And I outed them. But I think this public utterance of how I should somehow hide myself was so shocking to hear. It changed their mind about why they were doing it. I'd always managed to get through life with somewhat of a positive attitude, but I had gone through a lifetime of given legs that just barely got me by. So I decided to start working with engineers, fashion designers, Hollywood prosthetic makeup artists, wax museum designers, to build legs for me. And I decided I wanted to be the fastest woman in the world on artificial legs. I was lucky enough to arrive in track just at the right time to receive these radical sprinting legs, modeled after the hind leg of a cheetah, the fastest thing that runs. I set 3 world records with these legs, and they made no attempt at approximating humanness. Then I got these lifelike silicone legs, hand-painted. Now I can be as tall as I want to be, so I get different legs for different heights. I never have to shave, and I can wear open-toe shoes in the winter. And I can, most importantly, opt out of those cankles I certainly would have inherited genetically. Now I have legs that look like glass, legs covered in feathers, porcelain legs, jellyfish legs, all wearable sculpture. So I get this call from a guy who had seen me speak years ago, when I was at the beginning of my track career. And it was pretty clear to me he didn't realize all these amazing things that had happened since my sports career. So as I'm telling him this, he says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on, Amy. The reason everybody liked you all those years ago was because you were this sweet, young, naive, vulnerable girl. And I'm afraid if you walk on that stage today, and you are this polished young woman with far too many accomplishments, well, I'm afraid they're not going to like you." He apparently didn't think I was vulnerable enough now. He was asking me to be more than a little less downtrodden. He was asking me to disable myself for him and his audience. A couple of days later, I'm at the street fair, and I get this little tug on my shirt. I look down and I see this little girl that I met over a year ago. She was born with a brittle bone disease that resulted in her left leg being 7 centimeters shorter than her right. She wore a brace and orthopedic shoes. It got her by, but she wanted to do more. So she gets on the computer and Googles "new leg" and comes up with dozens of images of prosthetics. Many of them mine. So she goes into school and does show and tell on this, and then makes a startling pronouncement to her parents. "I want to get rid of my bad leg." And ultimately, that was a decision her parents and doctors made for her. So here she is 6 months after the amputation, and right in the middle of the street fair, hides her gene to show me. Her cool, new leg. And it's pink, and it's got the characters of High School Musical 3 tattooed on it. But the marvelous thing was that this 6-year-old understood something that had taken me over 20-something years. To realize